Yo, it's Monday, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Marcus in the Man Cave with your boy Marcus and my beautiful, amazing co-host, Mr. Janelle Mayfield. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday, everybody. And look who we got back for 3 weeks straight, Miss Delilah.
Thank you for having me back.
Thank you for having me back. What you sipping on over there? What's that over there?
A little champagne.
Champagne.
Champagne. She's getting ready. She's getting ready for the night show. We love to see it, and we thank you for coming back. And she actually reached out to me to see if we were having the show. So I was like, that felt special. I really appreciate that. It's always good to have great friends who are willing to join us here in the Man Cave. So let's start with Janelle. What'd you do this weekend, girl?
Zaire was sick.
Oh,
We were inside all weekend, which was kind of nice. Like we just chilled inside, had family time. And the weather was really nice. But yeah, he was sick. Much better now.
okay. So we had sick, but it's daylight saving time. We got a little bit more sunshine, so maybe that vitamin D will get in there, and we'll start
Amen.
feeling better. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Kristen? Delilah, what did you do over the weekend?
Got my hair did.
Period. Look at the parts.
Okay, let's spin around. Let's see a little bit of what we got going on.
Not the back, just the side, because the back is just thrown up there. So
Okay. Jasmine Gordon is back. Well, she was the star of last week's chat. I'm so glad to see you. Welcome back, and thank you for the follow. We had 7 new followers
You weren't
last
on
week.
the show.
Anyway, but thank you for coming back. Thanks for joining us again. We had last week was crazy. This
It was
week's gonna be a
great.
lot more mellow.
It was so much fun. I felt like I was back in high school.
I know. You were ready to get on a
Let's
plane to
go
go
on that.
fight. You were ready to get on the plane and go fight.
She said, "Where y'all from?" I am.
But yeah, no, it's cool. But this week we're just really gonna have some fun with the show tonight. Do some little talking, and we want y'all comments too, because I call this episode Community Conversations, because we're gonna talk about some things that probably might get on some people's nerves, and maybe not be true to everybody, but it's just how we feel. So remember that it is not the opinion of the show as a whole. It's just our personal opinions. So be ready for that. With that being said, I do have an icebreaker conversation. So our good friend who's been on the show, his name is Darius. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Darius.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Darius. He asked a very interesting question in our men's chat. This was his question.
I would love to be
In the men's chat.
in the men's chat.
The scenario is crazy, but
Oh, here we
here's
go.
the question. You're being mugged. The guy has a water gun, but it's filled with poo-poo water. Do you give up your wallet or risk being squirted?
Take it.
Do you give up
Take
your wallet?
it.
No,
I don't carry cash. Take it. Please.
Like, you give up your wallet with everything that's in it.
I would love new cards anyway. The new looks are fun.
water.
Delilah, you
Who?
I'll take the poo-poo water. I kind of want to keep my stuff.
you take the poo-poo water?
I don't want to go through the hassle. I can just take a shower. I don't want to go through the hassle. Of getting new
Do you
cars.
know the amount of virus girl? No. Take it.
I will be scared.
I will just literally cancel everything on every app.
That's
Call
true.
Trevor, let him know what's going on. And then I'm probably gonna find a way to sue you. Like
Anthony said poo-poo water could get you sick. Lula
COVID.
says, give up my wallet. Doctor bills are way more expensive.
Say it again.
But see, I would be scared. Like if I take too much time saying no, he squirt me on my lip or something. And that'd be it. That would be it. Like you would just be like,
Oh my gosh.
you can't do nothing if you get squirted in the mouth.
Oh my
Can't do
gosh.
nothing. Pause.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, but that would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. But Kristen says no, thank you. You can have it.
Take it. Do you need anything else?
Yeah, but I think I'd have to do the same thing. Like, yeah, you can have the wallet. I can shut every account from now. If it was my phone, if he was trying to take my phone, what would you do? If he was trying to take your phone, would you take a little
Apple Care now
spritz?
covers lost or stolen. I'm good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You get 2 replacements a year.
And it's all back to iCloud.
Right. And I have a work phone. What we need to do?
How rich. I'm on that Magenta plan. You know, I got all that now. I might have to turn my back and try to block the squirt.
You're
I
stupid.
have to. Also,
Right.
I didn't get to say this last week, but Madonna was our. Did I say Madonna was our Dusty Grape last week? I don't think I got to say that.
Didn't even get to that.
Why?
We didn't even get to that because Madonna.
Oh,
First of
Lord.
all, performers. When you paid to perform, just go perform. Like, stop. You shouldn't have that much interaction with the crowd. She was interacting with the crowd, and she had told everybody to stand to their feet. And there was a particular someone who did not stand to
Oh,
their feet.
this
So she decided to, instead of singing her song to the 99.9% of people that were standing up,
literally.
she decided to point out this one person that was not standing. Turns out this person was paralyzed and in a wheelchair and could not stand. And instead of just saying, I'm sorry, she says, I'm sorry, that was not politically correct of me. No. Say sorry. Apologize. You don't even look the same anymore. Like, I'm like,
I
you
do
got
like
the
the song with
audacity.
Weeknd. It's fun.
I didn't know she had a song with the Weeknd.
That's my dream.
I've never heard it yet, so I'm gonna have to go look at that.
But
But
I
yeah,
just, the lack of logical thinking frightens me. Like,
what's up, John?
Madonna, first of all, I ain't gotta do a damn thing. That's number one. If I don't feel like standing, but girl,
Anthony said, I will say when the audience ain't giving you energy, it does suck. However,
man, hi,
she messed up.
John.
Good evening, Free Blacks. We appreciate it. I tried to say that on your live today too.
That's such a.
So
Oh,
you
you
get the
went
same
live? I
energy
didn't even
back.
know.
He went live, yeah, man. We're shredding on that trumpet, man.
Was I working? I'm sorry. Say it again. Did you see the one where she said, "I paid"?
Kristen said, "I paid to come here. If I I can sit if I want to." Yeah,
I want to lay down on the ground.
yeah, you paid for it. But my thing was, it was like everybody was standing up, and she just focused on the one person. Like, that's
Good for
ego
her for
driven.
having such great eyesight at that age.
I guess when they pulled her skin all the way back, her eyes all exposed. Yeah, you're gonna be able to see that
You
one
know,
person.
I really do bang with Madonna. Like, I really do. But I just feel like, what is actually wrong with people? It's scary. I'm about to lock myself in. I'm telling y'all, we about to be on lockdown in my house by my choice. I'm done.
That's crazy. All right, let's jump into today's show. I asked everybody to come up with some unpopular opinions in the that we have about the Black community, like some things, like some hills we'll die on, basically. And so if y'all don't agree, boo us, do whatever you got to do in the comments, whatever. But we're gonna say how we feel. And I want to start with Delilah. Would you like to start us off? And our guest, tell us something that in our community that you just can't get with.
Okay, so I actually just had this fight with my mom. When I got my hair redone, I decided I wanted to perm my hair. It's been 7 years, and I just like, my hair is painful to comb through. I always wear it in braids. Y'all never see me wear my own hair anyways. And I'm like, what is the point? I'm struggling for no reason just to get it braided again. So I permed my hair. But you know, like, it's kind of this thing where I felt like I was supposed to be natural just because it's what I was told was the right thing. But for me personally, I can't rock the natural just because I'm traveling all the time. I don't have the proper time to maintain it, to take care of it the way that I need to. And a perm is what works best for me.
Hold on, let me stop you.
I'm sorry,
I missed.
Hoes are mean.
I'm sorry I missed these comments. These came through Facebook and YouTube. So Donatello Minnick, thanks for coming. I don't think I've seen that name before. And someone else said, I'm dodging those poo-poo bullets like the Matrix.
Amen.
And then Donatello says, I'm just gonna fight because if he's stealing my wallet, he does not have any money for me to sue. So okay, that's fair enough. If you get sprayed up while you're fighting, that's it. So Janelle, you muted yourself. Delilah, so you saying that people who are natural are mean to people who want to have like?
No, I'm not saying that.
Yes, they are. Yes, we are. Don't lie. It's okay. I literally have a whole like video in a draft saved about this. Go ahead, girl.
But just like, I feel like I was forced to be natural because that is what is beautiful, you know, in the Black community. We're not supposed to want to have our hair straight like other cultures. But for me, I just can't do the natural. It doesn't work for me. It's painful. It's literally no point. So, yeah.
You got anything else? Is that your one?
No. I have lists
Oh, okay.
Amen.
We'll come on with it.
because I didn't
What
want to
else you
forget.
got?
Um,
Oh, John, we did say we were gonna. We just said that pre-show that we were gonna watch that, and we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yes. Next episode.
Next episode, we are talking about Quiet on Set. Go ahead, Delilah.
I'm country, and sugar does go in my grits, not my spaghetti.
Oh, you like sugar on your grits?
Yeah, I
It
do.
was nice having you this week, Delilah. We will see you when we see you.
Jonathan's comment. Because she been trying it with them things. Sorry.
The way people bully Jamel Hill is a great
There's
example
a
of that
difference
bullying.
because I'm certain Jamel is ripping. Sorry. Never mind.
Jazz says, weave is beautiful too. Easy to switch personality.
Oh my gosh, I used to get cussed out by black girls when I had my weave. Listen,
Jazz, what do you mean by personalities now? What do
I
you
was a whole
mean?
different person when I had my 26-inch middle weave. Okay.
In our mission for solidarity, oh, look at Anthony being a theologian. Okay.
Again, why?
In our mission for solidarity, we sometimes tend to force Lottie Dottie and everybody to live the same life. Beautifully said. You should have said it on the show. No, just play. What else you got?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, we love you, Ann. You know we just mess with you every time you're not here. Every time you lawyer one day, party the next day. I feel you. And see, Jazz, I'm starting to know exactly who you
Why wouldn't a
are.
lawyer be able to turn up at night? You don't got money? Go. You saving the day?
Marcus ain't tell you.
We have a Anthony. I swear I'm about to send a voice memo to the group and catch you out because we have a show.
Y'all not gonna play me, Anthony. What you doing right now? Because I'll bring you in here. But just tell me in the room. Mm-hmm. All right, Delilah, continue with your.
One more. I don't know how to play spades. I'm never gonna learn how to play spades. I should not get my black card.
Yeah, say it. Release.
Say it again. Say it again.
I try to learn. It's not working for me. I can sit there and watch and cheer y'all on, but y'all are not gonna keep coming for me because I don't know how to play spades.
What is it that's keeping you from learning spades, though?
I try. I just don't understand. And then y'all be getting mad. I don't want to play.
So Trevor found this app because he is not having me embarrass him. He'll have me practice before we play.
Yeah, there's a great spades app. I was just showing that to Lula.
It's very, very helpful because I just forget. But then once I get my refresher, I'm good.
It's literally spades on your phone, and you can just learn. It's
me trying to get this Android.
Oh, you know what? See, that's why you can't help black people.
Oh, great.
This is exactly one of my. This is one of my. I was just playing. All right, so you can't play spades. John says, Kristen says, child, me neither. I'm not getting cussed out for doing it wrong. John says, you can't cheer us on. Sorry, go sit at the kids' table.
I looked at the kids' table because kids be having all the tea.
So, okay, no spades. What's your next one?
I mean, that was all for now.
That was all? Okay. Janelle.
This one was hard for me. I was actually going to say something about the natural hair community as well. I was just going to say just let people do what they do. Because I feel like at one point in time, relaxers don't work for me. When I was younger, it was great because I was going to someone who was an older stylist and she knew exactly what she was doing. But then when I went to Howard, my mother accidentally bought me some products that I was highly allergic to and my hair just came out. So I chose to go natural. But at first I had like a bob cut. I was given boomerang and then I did this. I just feel like whatever makes you feel pretty, do it.
I agree.
And, like half these people, I don't understand. But another one was what?
Jasmine said, kids be like, my mommy got a wig. Yeah, they talk too much. Yuande says kids know everything.
That's why I be real careful as I hear if I listen.
Oh no. But what else you got, Janelle? What else you got?
I had shared this on my Facebook. Not everything is man versus woman. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like this is within I do not see other communities doing this. Like at least not to the degree that we do it, but like every single thing is not man versus woman. And not all black men are awful and not all black women are awful. So, okay.
But that's the narrative that's selling right now. Everything's got
to be exhausting.
It is. And it keeps us from progressing. It's literally keeping us in this cycle where I don't need you, I don't need you, but we need each other. Period. Like life would suck without women. Period. Like we need y'all,
And
and
life
that's
was
why.
up without y'all. Like what? It's
Yeah,
just ghetto. It's
you
just
know,
ghetto.
I've never got the argument. Like when I do my thing at the end of the show, like people, it's not serious. Y'all know it's not serious.
Oh,
I
actually, I
just
have
really.
one for today.
You have one?
I do.
Cool.
And it's for
That's
the
cool.
ladies.
Ooh. Janelle bringing the into the show. Okay, that's fine with me. John said, "All I need is Jesus." Why can't people be? Why people can't be happy that people are happy? Folks be miserable, man. Exactly. Just be mad for madness' sake. Don't like it. What else you got, Janelle?
This is my own personal. Black people need sunscreen.
Mhm.
I ain't never in my life heard more people in my life say, "Oh, I don't need it. I'm black."
Oh, find out real quick.
And again, as someone who has gone through cancer, not skin cancer, but cancer in general, 0 out of 10. Don't recommend, guys. Like, and then my last one would be grits are nasty. And yams.
I've been saying I need a new co-host, man. Like I've been saying this for the longest time. Like, and we keep getting to this every week. You do something.
Grits and yams are nasty.
Now I don't like grits by themselves, but you got to doctor grits.
No, not
up,
at
though.
all.
Like
you don't need to.
you ain't had them right.
Taste water.
Now, no, but no sugar should be in them either. I don't know what she's talking about down there. Should be no sugar in no grits.
And Ashanti, yes.
And my
you want this?
You want to say in my smoky voice? I need you now. Extra
I
runs.
see you singing that right now. I can
hear it. Anthony said yams. Yeah.
Unless it's the yams that Masego was talking about in his song, I don't want it.
Donatello says, hate within the black community in its totality is troubling. Absolutely agree with that. There is definitely too much. Yes to Ashanti. Oh, Rock the Boat is my shower song. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What else you got?
Ashanti is his fiance.
Yeah.
But hey, tomato.
Anyway, so I'm glad we cleared that up. But what else you got, Janelle?
That's it.
Okay. Well, here's mine. I only have 3.
You be scaring me sometimes.
This first one's probably gonna get me in trouble with people, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you need to smoke weed every day just to get yourself started and to feel right, barring any medical reason, you're an addict. I'm sorry. If you gotta go wake and bake every single day just to I don't even feel like, bruh.
Yeah.
And then you give me the line, I can stop anytime bro.
I dealt with that in one of my relationships.
Was it the last one? They're not here today. You can tell us.
You might be a perfect person.
They're not here today.
I think you are. I think you're perfect.
You can tell us.
What was the question?
She said that she dealt with that in one of her previous relationships. But I asked, was it the one we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks? And she won't tell us, but that's fine. On the subject of grits, I like sugar, my grits, and sometimes I like salt and pepper. Sometimes I mix them up with eggs. Depends on my mood. Okay.
At least you know you can satisfy her no matter what. Okay.
Yeah. Who spilled the beans, Delilah, from Donatello?
Right, you can't. I have this thing. I have this rule where, if you open the door, and Marcus knows, if you open the door and you don't finish, I'm gonna be really mad, and I'm gonna bother you until you say it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to save it for next show, we can do that too.
Oh,
okay. Here's my next one.
Roll it into a little bit later.
Okay. Next one. When you're experiencing the consequences for your own actions and life gets hard, it's not the devil or God testing you. It's just you dealing with you.
Say it again.
Stop pretending everything is, God's testing me. It's a trial. I'm being tried and everything. You're not. You're not. You're just suffering the natural consequences of the stupid decisions you did. You went out partying all weekend. Now your lights off. You could have used that money to pay the bill. There's things you got to prioritize a little bit better, and that's okay.
Your lights off.
That's okay.
Narcotics.
Jazz says wake and bake equals Narcotics Anonymous. Yeah, but that's my one on that one. And then finally to men. Paying child support and only doing that doesn't make you a good dad.
There is a word. There is a word from
That is not fatherhood. Just meeting the basic needs of a child is not fatherhood.
Mhm.
You're just doing your responsibility. Like you have to do that. And it's sad that a court had to make you do that on most of the occasions. That does not make you a good
say
dad.
it's not.
Also, women, child support is not for a man who is doing his job.
Ooh.
Can I piggyback off that?
You can.
Go ahead. Let's stay here.
Child support
Exactly,
is for your
John.
child.
It just means you have a job. Yeah.
Child support is for your child.
Child support shouldn't be used as a weapon against somebody.
But you also shouldn't be going buying yourself stuff with your child's child support. Why do you have on this nice coat, but your child is cold?
I know someone personally who it goes above and beyond, has two kids with this individual. This individual had a third kid who's that kid's father is in prison. So when this guy picks up his two kids, he picks up that third kid and treats him as his complete own. Like takes them during holidays, spring breaks, whatever, pays for anything they need. And she had the nerve to put him on child support.
That's fatherhood. That's being a good dad.
It's so wrong.
But a lot of times I think there are some women who, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't like to generalize, but I'm saying there's a lot of women who don't want to see the man that they knew was a good man be with anybody else. So they do these things to tie them down so that other women won't be as ready to deal with them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so it's like, oh, he's on child support. He got a baby mama. I don't want to deal with that. So basically, it's a one way that she can keep a hold onto that individual. And I've seen that too. I have a friend who's on child support, and his ex is just like, she will not let this man date. Like somehow she always finds out, and I'm always like, you should get a restraining order against him. He's like, I don't want to do that to my kids.
Let this man date.
Like she won't. She and her friends will like.
When people say things like that, won't let. What do you mean?
Like literally, whenever he goes out, goes like one of her friends or her friends, like it gets back to her, and she finds the person on Facebook or social media, and like will do anything to like will say crazy stuff about him.
I literally don't like anyone enough. I don't even like Trevor enough to do that.
That's what
you said. That's what your ex did.
I guess that's what happened with him. She wouldn't let him date. That makes sense.
But they were together. There's a difference. They were together. There's no way.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, they were together. That was a relationship. You don't key a man's car to do all that. John makes a good point. He said my LB put himself on child support so that he could control how much time he has with his son. There's so many layers to that. Jazz says, because she's a lawyer, says when the men file their taxes, I don't mind the direct deposit. I think she is. I don't mind the direct deposit when they intercept the refund. Nobody tried to force a man to be a parent. Date who you want, but give my child the coins they need. Yeah. And I think that's the crazy part when you see these celebrity child support.
Ooh,
like
get a month.
Listen, they're getting full salaries per month. 80,000 per month.
I want to never mind. I was gonna say I want to marry a WNBA player, then I realized I probably wouldn't get much. I don't know.
Wait, maybe in like 5 years? I don't know.
No. I do believe Caitlin Clark will be the highest paid woman athlete probably when she comes in.
If anyone from the WNBA sees this, I speak that into existence.
I want that for them. But they're the only sports league. Fun fact, they're the only sports league that loses more money than it makes.
Because
what?
And they're subsidized by the NBA subsidized.
I know, it really blows my mind. That actually almost made me want to not watch the NBA because y'all know I love NBA. But the fact that they're the ones behind this, I'm just like.
But they subsidize it. They put money into it. The NBA puts
$200,000 per month.
Can you imagine that? No kid needs $200,000 a month.
No, right? Y'all, we gotta stop. Why would he even have that much money?
But I would take 200K. I would take 200K.
Okay.
But yeah, but that's my last one. 200K a month is just wow. So then this week I asked each one of my my co-hosts and my guests today to come up with some different stuff. So for Janelle, I was thinking about R&B a lot. I was listening to Justin's new album, was digging into that, and then I was like, man, what are some songs like R&B, gospel, anything that just makes you emotional or like just makes you feel like super happy or cry when
It
you listen
was
to it?
such a hard question. First of all, I'm an emotional person. So I was like, I could give you a whole playlist. So
Hey, Adrian, what's up, cousin? I
if
see
you want
Jared. I see Jateria. Hey, y'all. Denise, I see you too.
to,
But yeah. So, what songs you got for us?
one of them would definitely be All Praises Be to the King of Kings. No
Okay.
music, just the choir.
Okay.
And I'm done. Also, To God Be the Glory. When Fantasia, I would have lost my mind. When I tell, all you gotta say is To God Be the Glory, I'ma lose it. But also very randomly, y'all know who Rascal Flat Rascal Flat?
Oh,
If you
yes,
say life is a highway, I'm gonna.
No. What
I,
hurts the
God
most?
bless the broken road.
What
yes.
hurts the most will tear. I heard it when I was going through one of my first breakups, and I was in my car bawling. And then lastly, Can You Help Me by Usher. Tears me up every time.
Okay. Okay. Delilah, you got any songs that are?
I did. I put Sandcastles by Beyonce
That's a good
off,
one.
and we just felt
Yeah.
like in that off of Lemonade. And more recently, I feel like not before I saw it live, but Dangerously in Love. The first concert I went to for Renaissance, and I saw her perform, and I cried because it was just so beautiful, and the song was just so beautiful. And yeah,
Yeah, Forever Mountain's a good one too. My God today.
corny, but yeah.
Okay. Yawandi says "For Every Mountain" by Kurt Carr. Absolutely. One of mine was I don't know why, man. When I was a kid, Order My Steps used to just send me. I don't know why. I used to gotta be a kid, and I was just tore up over Order My Steps for some reason. I couldn't even walk straight, and I was still. But I don't know. It used to tear me up every single time. One that gets me now is "Sometimes I Cry" by Chris Stapleton.
Hmm,
Uh
that's a
very good. Listen to his live performance with no backing music. It is ridiculous how his voice is. It's just ridiculous. I know he grew up around black folk because ain't no way he's
Or
singing
maybe
that.
he just is decent.
I'm not a very like emotional, like cry person on songs, but "Gone" by NSYNC was one.
You in your feelings about somebody?
Man, I was in my feelings back in elementary school. Now leave me alone. Leave me alone.
JC was
But
singing, okay.
yeah, that was one of my favorite songs. What else? Maxwell, This Woman's Worth.
Did you cry? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
gorgeous.
Stop it. Jasmine says, "Take Me to the King sends me, especially when I'm going through. I feel Tamala was singing to
It
me."
was, honey. That was for you.
Yawandi says, "Dance with My Father." Christmas time, man. When I was going through what I was going through, Janelle, back in the day, Christmas time, Luther Vandross every year, every Christmas, told me up, left and right. Boy, I didn't even want to. I took my whole tree down when that song came on. What do the lonely do at Christmas too? And I was tearing my tears. Like, why would y'all make these songs for Christmas? But now it makes sense, for people who that be going through stuff. But yeah, those are some emotional songs. But then I asked you, Delilah, since we just went through your story and everything, now you back on the scene and everything, you out here living life. What are your pet peeves when dating men? What are the things you just can't stand with men of our generation? What is it?
Okay, one that I recently had to get over through a lot of therapy and self-help is the ghosting. I thought it was me when that happened to me, but I'm realizing like some people are just out there for like the thrill of meeting somebody, talking to somebody, and then kind of when that feeling, they're chasing a feeling. So when that feeling dies down, then it's on to the next person. Ooh, I got to talk to her every day. I got to hype her up, get her excited about me. And then once they fulfill that feeling, it's on to the next person. So the ghosting is really like,
I feel seen. I was a huge ghoster.
I'll be saying I feel like women are way more ghosty than men.
I would be like, but it wasn't because I would like want them to get excited. I would just be like, oh,
I'm not gonna lie, I do it, so it's very hypocritical, but it's just like I don't want to hurt your feelings, so I'm just gonna slide
Is it
out.
more like I can't believe he ghosted me?
Yes.
Is that more like is that more what it is?
yeah,
Like you
because
can't believe
normally, feel free to disagree. If I'm ghosting you, you aren't doing anything for me. Like I feel like I don't owe you anything. But it
Yeah.
seems like when, in my experience, when men ghost a woman, it's because they're looking for attention.
Yeah.
That's just my experience.
Okay.
I got a couple.
But hold on. So Jazz says we're too old for ghosting. What do you prefer? Like, do you prefer the mature like coming to you and saying, I just don't think this is gonna work out? Like
Before that used to tear me up, right? Then I had a situation where
Jazz.
Exactly.
Jazz said, but if I do ghost you, I was 99.
And I will stand on 10 on that for real.
So I will say it did take a very mature person who we were vibing, we were hanging out, we were texting all the time. I went out of town for work, as I do a lot of times. So I tell men up front, like, I work a lot. I do not work where I live. So, I mean, our communication is just going to have to be consistent. So I went out of town for work, wasn't really hearing from him. I came back and I'm like, hey, what's up? Are we going to hang out? And he was like, I just want to be honest with you. I think you're a great person. I think you're beautiful. It's just I have a connection with somebody else who's it's really getting stronger.
It sounds like Love Is Blind.
Really?
But go ahead.
But I didn't want to like just ghost you, whatever. I just want to tell you what was up. So,
that's respectful.
So I was torn. I'm not gonna lie. Like it hurt me, but at the same time, I'm like, at least he let me know and didn't just not freaking speak to me again. So after that, I learned to be more mature about it.
Yeah. Okay. What else you got?
Hygiene.
Ooh.
My God, today.
Come on, we ain't that bad.
Learn to stop leaving your beard hair everywhere. How hard is it?
Wait a minute, y'all be dropping hairs everywhere.
We leave what hair?
Oh, I vacuum, I wipe, spray, disinfect. Don't play with me, because the bathroom will not be dirty before or after I get in there.
Y'all beard hair sends me. The pube hair on the toilet.
Oh no, I don't deal with that.
Who's shedding they pubes like
that?
If I go to your house and that's like I gotta use the bathroom before I get to your house, like it'll never work.
That's great. That's crazy. Jazz says I'm important to be your lawyer.
It's a wrap.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. There's no ration on soap and water in the United States of America. So if you want to shower more than once a day, that's legal. You can.
Well, here's my question. I
need to know what race of people are you dating?
Yeah.
Only dated. Yeah.
I was thinking like they be cluttery, but
yeah, I never
pubes on the
toilet.
I feel like you're old compensation. Who do we need to sue?
You've been through some things, and we
so glad she made.
But here's my question for the ladies: have y'all ever dated a guy, broke up with him, and then realized, dang, I should have stayed with that guy? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, not recently.
Really? Not recently, but that's happened. Like, what did you feel in that moment? Were you just like, dang, the grass was greener over there, or was it like, how did you feel?
I felt like we could have worked through the little differences. Yeah, I'm gonna just say it. I have an ex that I feel like is the one that got away. This man never spoke to me again after good for him. He's moved on. He's got a beautiful girlfriend. It's been like 9 years. And this man still wants nothing to do with me. But he cheated in the very, very early beginning of a relationship. And I couldn't get over it. But like
well, wait a minute. But this is the one that got away then, is it?
No, I hear what she's saying.
He was like 20. Like just turned 21. So like brand new into the military at the time, first base, like you're hanging with your boys, like wanted to be locked down, but also still wanted to run with his friends. So when that incident happened, it was just like, and he
Did
told
he
me,
tell you?
Can we have a man explain that logic one day?
Oh, so he actually came and told you?
oh yeah, he was broken about it. Like I had already,
Oh,
For him. That's why.
we know, and I asked you because I know, and you said it wasn't that. Okay, cool, I believe you. But yeah, it tore him up every day, and so he finally like broke down crying. I mean, like laying on the floor crying about this incident, and I was like, it's okay. And we got back to like we never broke up at that time, but I stayed with him, tried to work it out, but it was just like I couldn't get over that incident. So I feel like I could have worked through it, and we would probably still be together. But yeah.
what's meant to be will be. That's what I'll say to that. But okay. Where are we at right now? What would we say? Where's that?
Off topic. We are talking about pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Okay. What else you got?
I think we kind of touched this before, but the way a man treats people that work in the service industry is really big for me. Like, don't treat people like they're your slave. They don't work for you. It's just like it's a respect thing. So if you don't talk to the wait staff or whoever with respect, like I can't rock with that. And you also need to tip, because if you're not tipping, I can't rock with that either.
That's a conversation for later, because the amount of people that don't tip is beyond me.
That's a definite conversation for one for a time.
I mean, I know in certain situations, because now gratuity is often included.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big problems.
Gratuity wasn't included. I'm a tip.
Jazz says I would have forgave him, but I can't get over having a baby.
Because that's a completely different type of cheating.
Yeah, you had no precautions. You didn't even.
Yeah, that's emotional, intimate cheating.
Yeah, you didn't even put a Jimmy hat on. Like you just went raw. Like you can't.
I would literally, y'all. I would go to jail. I would. Oh my god. I would. I know, and I'm not even being funny. I know that at this point in my life, if I found out that Trevor got somebody pregnant, I promise y'all, I'm going to attempt to slit his throat. And you know I'm not kidding.
Call 911. Call 911. Jazz said I would have. Oh, that's the one. Yawande said I prefer the honesty rather than ghosting. Okay.
Does it not kind of depend?
But see, a lot of times for us dudes, we don't want to say that because it's like we might have to circle back. You know, I can't tell her I'm not interested because I might gotta come back to this of what I'm thinking I'm going for ain't working.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it depends. Like normally I would ghost when I'm one of those people. I know immediately if I'm gonna give you my time or not. I'm very picky. I'm also very to myself. So if something bothers me about you, it's a wrap. And I just feel like normally it's within 48 to 72 hours. I don't owe you anything. If we have gone on a few dates, like we talk normally and stuff, then yeah, I feel like a conversation.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
for me as a guy, if I'm taking a girl, if I'm taking a girl out and we've gone on multiple times and she's made time in her schedule for me, I've made time. I feel like it's a courtesy to be like, you know what? I want to let you know I appreciate the time that you did give to this because people busy these days, man. People could be out doing anything, but you thought I was worth having that time. So I will do that. I have ghosted someone before because they were crazy. And they actually drove by my house.
We would love to hear the story, Marcus.
They actually drove by my house. So let's talk about it. I'll tell the story. So when I first got to St. Louis, I got to tell the story because the logo you see on the right side of this screen was designed by this person.
Do I know the story?
You know this story. I've told you this story. So when I first got here, I was coming out of a completely terrible breakup.
Oh, I didn't know.
Which is another story that may be told one day, but like it was bad. So this person happened to work on the base, and I told them, you know, I'm starting this podcast and everything. They're like, oh, you know what? Like, I design shirts. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, this is so awesome. Like, I was like, that'd be dope. Like, she was like, so what's your logo and everything? So I sent her the logo and everything. She was like, I can do so much with this. Like, I'll make you some t-shirts. I was like, yeah, that's fine. But I was like, the show doesn't, we ain't making no money, despite what people said last week. We ain't making no money.
Y'all do got money. We do.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't have a way to pay you. It's not that I'm broke. I just don't have money to be throwing at these t-shirts.
No money.
Yeah. And it's not like we the Breakfast Club or something. Like we nobody's buying this merchandise. I don't want to have a bunch of merchandise. And she was like, no, I'm gonna do this for free. Like, I really want to help you out. So made the shirts. Now, I'm not gonna talk about the physical attributes of this individual, but they just were not my cup of tea, you
Be
know.
nice. You need to be nice.
So she was making she made me multiple shirts. Y'all have seen me wear them on the show. And so she would just keep asking, like, hey, what else do you need? Do you want hoodies? Do you want all that stuff? And I'm just like, so I started thinking, I was like, this is weird. And she would always keep coming to my desk and stuff. So I was like, this is starting to become a problem. So I went to her desk and I let her know. I said, hey, if you are doing these things because you like me and you think that this is going to be a way that we're going to connect and something's going to happen, please know that's not going to happen. I'm not looking for anybody right now. I don't want to be with anybody. I just came off like the worst like end of a relationship ever in my life. Like, it's just not going to be anything. She says, no, that's not what I'm doing. She started like texting and calling incessantly to the point where I like had to block her on multiple things. WhatsApp, all of it. Like, I had to block everything. I had to block Facebook, Instagram, everything. Like, and then it was bad because she could see my trip schedules.
Lula said you
So
should know.
you should have known. Men be oblivious to some stuff.
Yeah, y'all do.
We'll
and
be
it's
oblivious
so
sometimes.
irritating.
I've gotten a lot better. It sounds like you need a restraining order. Yes, our legal representative.
Right.
Yes,
Can we hire her just to be our aid in case Delilah
yeah, you are now hired as the legal representation for the Man Cave. We appreciate it. You're not gonna get paid, but you'll be doing a service to your community.
No. Because if there's a will, there's a way. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, so she starts like, so I like was trying to let her down so easy. Cause I mean, it's just the compatibility wouldn't be there for me, you know. So I would be like, you know what, I can't do this day. I'm flying. She would be like, but you're not. And then she sent me like a screenshot of the schedule. And I'm just like, how does she have access? Because she shouldn't have had access to that, but somehow she got access to that.
She should have.
I don't remember this part.
So yeah, she had access to all of that. And she'd be like, but you're not. Or, but that trip canceled. Or that. And I'm just like, yo, like,
why are people like this? Do people like fall through the cracks and miss those like mini mental evaluations in like kindergarten?
And yeah, and it, like, let me preface this. It wasn't like she was ugly or something. It was just that
that's not the point.
She just wasn't my type. So she had a breakdown at the office one day. I'm sitting at my desk. She comes in. I have a door to where I work. Like, I'm one of the few offices that has a door. She comes in and she's like, what do I need to do for you to like me?
I was like, a grown person?
Grown woman. I said, oh, I do. Like, I said, I like you as a person. Like, you're fine.
I'm killing you.
I said, but as far as like a romantic interest, you're not my type. Like, you're just not my type. And I've been trying to let you know that as nicely as I can. But at this point, you're becoming a little bit obsessive and it's starting to get, you know, a little worse. So she goes, well, you owe me for the shirts I made. So I was like, well, we had the conversation where I asked you if you were doing this because you like me. You said no. That's why I accepted the gift. But I said, you know what? How much are the shirts worth? And I will pay you for the labor. I get it. You used materials. I'll gladly pay that. She says it's not about that and storms off. So I think we're good. I said, all right. My coworker looking at me like, yo, like, and he's thinking like, did you do something with her? I'm like, no, absolutely not. Man, when I tell you, like, next weekend, chilling at the house. Now, everybody who Delilah, you've seen where I live at. You've seen my windows. You've come over for like when I have people over. I got really big windows in the loft. And I'm on the second floor. So if you look up, you can clearly see if I'm home or not. So I get a message that says, hey, I'd like to talk to you. I said, I can't really talk now. You know, I'm mission prepping. I'm like, I'm mission prepping. I'm about to head out. Like I'm on a trip, so I can't. She's like, well, I want to go out with you tonight. I want to talk to you. I said, I can't do that. I'm not home.
I
Yeah.
want.
So she says, I'm not home.
Girl.
I said, I'm not home. She says, then why do I see you walking around right now? I kid you not. I
Please.
look out. She's in the little alley in front of my place. I told her, I was like, look, I don't want to have to do this, but I will call the police. I will call work because this is wild. I was like,
These are the people serving?
and I was like, you gotta stop. Like I said, I'm calling the police if you do not pull off. She pulled off, drove away. The next day, she's messaging me on LinkedIn because I had blocked her from everything else.
Oh,
She's on LinkedIn. I didn't even know.
yes, I
I
remember.
didn't even know you could message from LinkedIn like that because I don't use
everybody trying to be so social media-y.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Can we just please talk about this and everything? And I was like, no. I said we have nothing further to talk about.
The only thing
And
we
then,
can talk about is checking you in, sis.
yeah, she ended up leaving. She was a contractor, and she ended up leaving our squadron and moving to another one on. I think she's still on the base now.
Listen,
but yeah,
I've watched so many movies.
it was wild. So that's why y'all rarely see me wear those
t-shirts. Have all the security.
Yeah, that's why y'all rarely see me wear this wear the shirts because I'll just be like,
I want to represent that.
Yeah. What if she watching?
Burn it?
No, I kind of like them though. They're good for the gym. They're like the good Hanes shirts, like the good fabric, and I like them. You know the one with the like the bleachy stain. Look, I like that one. I like it a lot, so I keep that one on. But she said 3 numbers for you, 911. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, she was crazy. I had to tell Janelle. I was like, this girl is really trying it right now. Like, and she would watch the show to see if I was wearing the shirts. She would watch the show. Yeah. And she just wanted to keep making me show. But anyway.
Sometimes I wonder, like, is it other people or maybe it's me at this point?
But like, let's go from crazy chicks to bad proposals by guys, because there's an Instagram video going around about a guy who proposed to his girl after 10 years, but he just brought the ring out in the car. And the girl seems,
you is or is you ain't gonna be my baby.
Yeah. And she's literally like, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't want that. I don't want any of that.
She kept saying, I don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, she was like, I don't want to be recorded. And so I'm just wondering, like, for the ladies, like we were talking about this with you, Delilah, last week. Like, these women are in these long relationships like this. Like, to me, she looked like she was completely done with the man anyway. Like, why are you still there? Like, why? Why are you still there in these situations? And it's like, we were getting to that last week, but I feel like we got Janelle was about to fight, and we had to clear up all that stuff. So like, why? And like for 10 years, like, why?
I can't answer for sis. That's a really long time. I would have been gone, but
a decade.
A decade.
I haven't been with nobody for a decade except Coco.
But yeah, I
haven't been nobody for no decade.
I just couldn't imagine it. And then so he's like, "Oh well, I need you to pack up and get up out my house." And she goes in the house and gets her bag and starts packing. And then he's like, "Oh, so now you're gonna leave?"
Like, I don't have time to be gaslit. Okay, I've had to work all day. I do not even have time to be gaslit. Just don't.
And I feel like dudes be doing these stunts and stuff like this.
Because I was gonna say, why don't we?
When you already know. When you already know. See, guys, we do this stuff. Let me tell you why guys do this stuff. You do this crap when you know she's about to leave.
One last
when you run all the game that you can possibly run on her. You try to do the one thing that you know usually works. Attack her emotionally. Make her think that she's crazy. Make her think that she's tripping by, oh my God, he finally is doing the one thing that I've been waiting for. And my thing is like, there's no special number for how long you should be in a relationship. I don't believe in that. I believe you do what's best for you. But I think there should be some time when you think to yourself, is this relationship still growing? Are we still evolving or are we stagnant? And that's what I try to like look at. Like we've been together for X amount of years, but are we growing? Are we getting better? Are things getting good? And like that's my measurement. But 10 years
Whew,
is wild to me.
Jesus. A decade.
Yeah, definitely wild. Janelle, was there a number like when you went into it with Trevor that you were just like, if it doesn't happen by this amount of time, I'm dipping? Or was the
I
relationship so good that you were like,
kind of sort of we actually talked about this recently. I kind of sort of gave Trevor an ultimatum. Um it wasn't that big. I told him that I wasn't going to get an apartment with him if we weren't engaged. I wanted to feel protected. I wanted to feel secured. I was committed. I wanted him to be committed. It was completely up to him. If we didn't get engaged, we would just live separately. He chose to propose. Um, but no, I've never had a number in my mind. I've also, when it comes to marriage and stuff, I never premeditated anything. Like I wasn't the girl thinking about this is the dress I'm gonna wear and these are the colors. Like I've never, ever, ever been like that. That's why my wedding was so small. Um, but I do believe in communication. And if I did have a number, I would have let him know in the beginning, listen, this is what I'm looking to do with my life. This is where I'm at. This is where I would like to be. Like this would be a conversation, maybe like the second, third date or something like that. But back to the video, I wonder how old they were. Because 10 years is a long time, but let's say they were 25. They've been together since they were 15. Like I
that's
just
nothing, yeah. I
right. I
mean,
was
you
so
ain't even
curious
in
about
love
that.
at 15. You don't even know what it means. So you said like you just said you ain't living with Trevor and y'all were engaged. Just wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, and I put the ball in his court.
Yeah. Delilah, do you feel that way? Like you're not gonna live with someone until you're engaged, or you want to see what it's like to live with them before you get engaged with them?
I'm sorry, I'm in another lease. We had already lived together.
Oh, see.
But it was because I had lost my contracting job at the Smithsonian Channel and I couldn't afford my rent. So he was like, you can come be my roommate. And we split everything. I paid bills. I was still a roommate. But then when the lease was up and he was like, oh, we can go get a new place. I was like, before we do that.
Okay. Delilah, what'd you think?
I do feel like it's important to see someone's habits, living habits, before you marry.
You hate them.
Yeah. So, as we know, I was married. I never lived with this man before
I
we.
didn't know that.
Yes, very briefly, 18 months. And this is why I'm telling this, and this could be another show. But yeah, so at the time I was 25, I'm like, all my friends are getting married. Everybody, this is what we're supposed to be doing. So it was very rushed. We were dating 6 months. And we got married. And in my mind at this time, I'm like, we never had a fight. We're perfect for each other.
Oh.
I should have known the way that he fought because that didn't work.
Yes, girl.
The silent treatment and the telling your mother everything is crazy. Yeah, that's why it didn't work. I know.
Never trust a man that tells his mother everything, and never trust a man's mother who thinks it's okay.
And then she calls me, like, he called and told me that y'all are having a ma'am,
What?
Get out of my business. What?
But that's why, man, you should never, when you having drag out fights, never tell your relatives anything. Because they're going to take side and they can remember those things.
Clearly, because last time we was getting threatened by the whole village.
Yawandi says, wait, hold on. Jazz says, you can honestly bring my ring to the courthouse and a judge can marry us. But I'm not waiting 10 years and I don't even like you no more.
Hello. I literally hate you by now.
And I think a lot of times people stay in those long relationships because they do care about the person and they don't want to hurt them. And that's what's keeping you together. The mutual respect.
Yeah, you've invested so much time, you'll feel like a failure. It really has nothing to do with them. It's more so like you feel like you failed.
Definitely. Yawandi says, my parents dated 7 years before they got married, or should I say they were together for 7 years. Jazz said, I didn't have an engagement. A judge with Kitten Hills in the Virginia courthouse engaged on 7 months.
I love her so much.
Got it too. She
visuals.
said, me and my mother-in-law got into it. I don't like her. Hey, Jazz, can you just come on the show? Can we schedule you?
Right now.
Can we schedule you for some time?
Yes.
Like, please let us know what your schedule is on a Monday. I would love to have you because you seem like you got some stories for us. But yeah, Yeah. People don't tell your brothers, your sisters, and none. When y'all having those beefs, like just
Yes, what I
And
did.
also mothers.
I
Let
didn't tell.
your sons be men.
yeah. But
Let
see,
your sons
but
be
see, that's the fine line because Delilah didn't tell nobody anything about what she was actually going through, and
good for
I'm thinking that
you.
and yeah, good for her. But at the same time, it was like it's kind of like, dang, had we known, we would have been like,
What would y'all
get
have done?
at least let her know, like you need to get the hell up out of there. You
What I
know,
did.
like
Well, duh. So again, what could y'all have done that is actually like for example, when my relationship ended, the one prior to Trevor, John and Izzy were physically there when it was ending. And if they had not been there, I couldn't tell you what would have happened. I
we got to
really
tell
felt
that
like
story.
we had to call the police,
Hmm.
all of that. So I just feel like a lot of people, and then, that was over. And then I just popped up married. I didn't tell,
You sure did.
and I mean, I got cussed out
I did
by
the
a
same.
lot of people, but I wanted my relationship to myself.
I thought it
Um,
was beautiful. I was just like, huh,
but it
well,
was
good
like,
for her.
what could people are like, oh, if I would have known if this, what would you have really done? What would y'all have really done?
People love to pretend to be outraged.
Right. Like,
You ain't got money for
because
when we go out on a regular day, but you have money to come up here for the like. Let's be real.
also I feel like y'all saw stuff that I didn't see anyway. So
Mm-hmm. That.
mm-mm.
Oh, so many stories we gotta start. We gotta start telling on here. Delilah, you've opened up a can of worms.
Wait, I meant to say something regarding the you had said, have you ever dated someone and felt like you missed out?
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't dating this person. We were really good friends since being little kids, and we always had a thing for each other, but we never acted on it. This lasted so long until like I was still like, I guess you could say talking, not even talking. I never did anything. No kiss, barely a hug, like nothing like that with this person. But this was one of my closest people, was a guy. And I was actually still talking to him around the time I was talking to Trevor. And there was a night where Trevor called me very intoxicated, and the guy had come to visit me for Thanksgiving, and he's sitting right next to me. So they're like going at it on the phone. And of course, I end up choosing Trevor, but that friendship, done. And to this day, I sometimes feel like you were my closest friend since like the 5th grade. I was friends with your family, like, and I just sometimes I think like there are people in his family, like his grandmother is up in age, like would I be able to know if anything happened? Like I just feel so disconnected.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I,
he also
I mean, I've never. I don't know. I mean, guys have that same feeling too. Like I felt like I had a really good connection with somebody too, and it was just bad timing.
you need
Like
to
was
tell that
mine.
story.
Like my dad had just passed. Like I was in no shape. Like for like it was so much like it was weird because she's like from West Virginia, like all this other stuff going on. I was just like, yeah, we were just two separate people, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just like it wasn't the right time. And it was just like, but now I look back, I'm like, I hope they're doing amazing. Like I hope they're doing so great. But once you break their heart and you let them know like it's just not the time, they kind of go away. And you always wonder like I hope they're doing good, but you know you never hear from them again. But that's life, man. Like, and I really feel like God is not gonna close doors that He wants open for you. Like He's gonna always allow them to open up. But life is great now, so I'm not worried about it. With that being said, I'm not gonna do it. We're not gonna talk about that topic. We're not gonna do it.
What's happening?
The side. We're not gonna talk about it.
We'll save it for next show.
We'll save it for the next. We'll
You
come back to that one.
being
Being
ain't
safe.
even here.
Being safe. But we thank you guys for coming this week to talk about community conversations, things that we can't get with. I'm sorry if the weed comment hurt some feelings, but you know, it is what it is. Jasmine, what did she say? She said loving someone or different from loving someone is different from being in love. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. That's why love isn't enough. Because love will always remain, but it's not always strong enough to hold stuff together. It's not like that.
That's why we need to stop watching these old fake love movies.
I did the same thing. It's a whole pandemic. I don't even want y'all there.
Right?
Small
I really
weddings.
don't like people. So
Small weddings or eloping is fine. Exactly. Because I feel like weddings ain't even for you anyway. It's
they're
for everybody else.
and I'm
It's a
already a
spectacle.
stressed person. Why would I stress myself over people I don't like?
Like all those people gonna have all that memories of free food day, and we paying for. we putting the bill for all y'all. Like that's crazy.
Right.
You literally popped up, Mary. That's what Yolanda said. Yeah, she did. I was scrolling Facebook and I was just like, oh, she wearing a nice little floral dress.
When I
And then I
tell
looked
you,
at the pictures closer. I was like,
I
the
wish I
hell
could
is
say
going-"
the people that went off on me that day.
You know what? I calmed down. I calmed it down. I said, I was looking. I was like, wait, Trevor dressed up. Wait, they had a little gazebo.
It was wild
I said,
is
I was
people got
like,
mad at me, but Trevor's the one that planned the entire wedding.
aw,
yeah, you was in a gazebo and everything. I was like, what the?
You sure
And I
did.
looked at it. I looked at your finger. I said, I know the hell she did. And then you know what? I was like, you know what? That's something Janelle would do. And I'm
Thanks.
cool with that. I'm cool with that. Jazz said, change my name on Facebook and said surprise.
Surprise.
Surprise,
Hey, y'all.
surprise.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh man, that would have been great for nowadays. That would have been so
Yeah.
good.
But I love that. But yeah, man, people just need to learn to do what's best for them. All this relationship stuff online and whatnot, like you get so wrapped up in that, you will never be happy.
Yeah.
You'll never be happy. And so I'm glad that Janelle's found happiness. I'm glad that Delilah's doing so much better. I'm glad that all of us are doing great. And I want y'all to continue to be great next week. But unlike other weeks, Janelle has the final say of the show tonight. So take us away.
Ladies, clean up under your acrylics. Clean. Get a brush and clean in there. I was gardening the other day and I didn't have gloves. I don't mind. But I looked and I was like, man, I took a long time to clean. I was like, I wonder if other people be like cleaning for real. I'm like, so please clean under your nails. That's it. And feel free to if you follow me on Instagram and you have any really cute nail designs, feel free to send them to me. It's a
Y'all got nasty nails out here. Nasty nails.
That includes your toes, because I know some people like the long.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Break it.
And you didn't hear what she said because your ears dirty. Clean them out too.
You do.
I'm just
I
saying.
wasn't supposed to say that.
I wasn't supposed. Sorry, but I just. You ain't seen nobody with that crust on the. Anyway, we love y'all. See y'all next week from the man cave to you. Have a blessed week. See you.
Bye, y'all.